Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I'd do another episode in our revisiting fire lighting series. And what I want to talk about today are man-made tinders. Now there's no reason why you can't use all natural. You've got birch bark, you've got various types of mosses, so on and so forth. But there are man-made materials out there that can either make your life just a little bit easier, or you can do as I do and you can keep them in your pack for either a little bit of a novelty and just a different way of lighting a fire, or you can do what other people do and you kind of keep them just as a backup in case you can't get a fire started, or at least can't get one started easily. I know they're really popular in the sort of the survival community because they're very, very small and lightweight, but you know they do help out massively if you really are stuck trying to get a fire lit. Now what I'm going to talk about today are these. Now these are both made by a company called Live Fire. Now these are the ones that I'm familiar with and the ones that I actually have to hand, so that's what I'm going to talk about. There's no relation, it's not a marketing video or anything like that. There are other things on the market that you can buy that are either quite similar. There's a company, I completely forget their name now, but they do a thing called a fire card, which is basically just cardboard that's been impregnated with a sort of a flammable material, and similar to one of the ones I'm going to show you, you kind of rough it up a bit, throw a spark on there and off you go. What I think I'll do, guys, I'll move the camera a bit closer in and I'll show you how these work. Right then guys, so here we have our two tinders. The first one is this. Now this is the Live Fire Sport. It's classed as an emergency fire starter, and basically it comes in a nice little tin, and inside you've got this kind of spongy material that's pre-impregnated with some kind of flammable material. Actually smells really, really nice, and for those of you that are old enough to remember, if you can recall the smell of Brasso, that's what it reminds me of, and it's a really nice, pleasant smell. You know, it's not unpleasant like some sort of fire starting materials can be. And the way this works, it's really, really simple. All you want to do is take a knife or you know, stick or anything that you have to hand, and you basically just rough up a small section of this material. Sorry about the planes, guys, I've been trying to film around them but they just keep on coming. So you fluff this up, and from this point all you need to do is just throw a spark on it, and one very, very small spark, and there you go. Now this is not designed to go inside your fire per se, so what you'd normally do is get your fire ready and laid, get your tinder and your kindling ready. Now I've only fluffed up a very small amount, so the flame's starting to go out, but what you would do is you would take this and you would just put it underneath your tinder and kindling bundle, and off you go. So essentially it's almost like holding a lighter or a match or something like that under there. Now the benefit of this stuff, and I'll just close this up, so two benefits should I say, is one is you close this little tin and you completely cut off the oxygen and it will go out, and you can reuse this time and time again. I've probably used this a couple of dozen times now, and hopefully, as you can see, there's still loads left at the end here. You've got about 2/3 of it that I haven't even used, so it's really, really useful. The other benefit of this is that the material itself, whatever it's impregnated with, I think it's some sort of petroleum jelly type thing, because you can submerge this in water, take it back out and light it straight away, so it's completely waterproof as well. And there's quite a few you know, man-made tinders that you can buy that are very, very similar to that. Now the second thing I want to show you is this. So the same company, Live Fire, and this is their Live Fire cord. Now the thing I really like about this is it's a 550 paracord. You know, it's really strong. You can use it in exactly the same way as you would do normal paracord. But as you see, I've left the end, this bit here exposed, and you've got your normal fibres. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you've got seven strands as you would have in normal paracord, and then you've got an eighth strand here, a red one, which hopefully you can see there, which is again impregnated with the same flammable material that they use in this, which basically makes it a really, really good fire starter. So what I'll do, if I just chop the end of this off, and because I've already left this exposed, I can just pull this straight out. Now we can discard that, we don't need that anymore. And what you do is, again, you take your knife, probably the back of your knife, and you'll just start to rough this up. You can use the edge of your blade if you really want to sort of get in there and start breaking down some of those fibres, like so. And then you basically just throw a spark on it. So let's see if this one works as quickly. And there you go, straight away you've essentially got a match, if you like, or a wick, whatever you want to call it, that you can chuck into your fire, get your fire going, and it's all nice and ready to go. And as I say, the thing I really like about this fire cord is that, I mean, I've seen a lot of different ways this can be used. You can keep a section of it like this, as I do, in your pack. You can make zip pulls on it. You know, you can make keychains out of it. You can do anything you like, really, but it means you've always got this kind of piece of tinder with you that doesn't necessarily look like tinder, so you can have it on kind of a work bag or a school bag or something like that. And really you can just completely forget about it until you need to use it. Right then guys, well I hope that was useful. As I say, I mean, I think these man-made tinders are really useful. You know, there's nothing wrong, and I regularly go out and I'll try and find natural tinders myself. You know, I like using natural tinders, and I like the challenge that presents, especially in poor conditions. But having something like this just in your pack or in your pocket, for the size and the weight of them, you know, they take up no space whatsoever, so you don't even notice that they're there. And again, as I say, if you want to use them as almost like a backup or as a sort of a survival item, you know, you can kind of put a piece of it on your keys. You can do you can tie a sort of a zip pull. You know, go onto YouTube, just do a thing for like paracord zip pulls or something like that. There's hundreds of different variations out there. They look quite nice, and it just means you've actually got something, whether it's on your jacket or your bag or whatever it is, that's got this little bit of tinder sitting there ready in case you ever need it. So as always guys, you know, comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Thanks guys.